Welcome to Behind the Scenes at ID8 Studios, the place where we explore the art of producing art. I'm Steve Sue with
Crystal Backy, and we're here with Dean Sensui.
Hey, Dean, how's it, buddy?
Good, good.
So you do Hawaii Goes Fishing.
Yeah.
And as part of the show, there's a cooking segment. So we thought it'd be really fun to ask you some questions about how to do a cooking show.
Yeah, that's a real recipe segment. It's in the middle of the show, and it's a little 7-minute piece about turning fish into food.
Cool. And so this at the show, you're catching the fish, and then you're showing how to prepare them.
Yeah, might not be that fish. We've done that.
Okay.
Where you show the fish being caught. In fact, we did one with Margot where the fish gets caught. Naoki takes her out fishing. The fish gets caught. He takes it to the shop. They make a print of it, gyotaku print, which is what Naoki does.
Oh, I saw that one. Yeah.
Yeah. And then
it's a
gyotaku
put the paper
print
over it, and they take the impression of the
Yes, you get the fish,
cool.
you put paint on it, and then you put the paper on it, you lift the paper,
It's
and here's
for
a fish
art?
print.
Yeah.
It's art, yeah. It's an
cool.
old traditional Japanese art.
style.
Oh, wow.
It's how you get a picture of the fish before they had cameras.
Better than stuffing them.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then you eat the fish, and you still got the picture of the fish.
Yeah.
And it's an honest assessment of how big the fish was. They can't lie, right?
They
Here's
can't
the
lie.
print.
'cause
Yeah.
fish
It's
always
exactly
grow.
how big it was.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, and then afterward we took it to the kitchen and we cooked it up.
So where do you do your cooking show at?
So we did it a number of different places. We found kitchens that would allow us to go there, but after a while they closed down, and finally, so when Mary and I had remodeled the house, we redid the kitchen so that we can film there.
Okay.
So we don't have to bring equipment to any place. We don't have to, set up anything. Everything's set up right there. And then COVID struck. we haven't filmed anything yet.
Okay.
But we'll do it.
Well, but I
Yeah.
see a number of these shows where they prepare the fish in a more like outdoor type of a setting.
Yeah, we've done that too in Alaska.
Is there different challenges? Because anything outdoors is hard for
Flies.
production. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're on the beauty shot. And
Yeah. Get a close up of the food and what's that? Oh, those are capers. They're moving.
Or wind, I imagine, right? Just wind shear. That must be a big challenge on your show.
Wind. Yeah, wind is not too bad. I've got microphones that have little felt covers that hide under the shirt.
Okay.
And that pretty much solves all the wind problems. In fact, Mary made those little covers.
Oh, okay.
Hand stitches them out of felt.
And even easier for a cooking show because you're a more controlled environment.
Yeah. You got the fan sometimes. That creates a problem, kind of a noise.
Yeah.
So close miking is really important.
I see.
Having a good host, we've got Dave Lancaster, who's very entertaining.
Yeah.
Kind of keeping things moving, so the guest doesn't have to be as chatty as you'd need for a television show.
I can imagine that the cover dialogue has to be really good because there's a lot of nothingness on a cooking show. You're waiting for stuff to happen.
Right. And so you got to find little ways of getting shortcuts down. It usually takes about 20 minutes to film, and it's all got to be boiled down to 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And Dave is such a funny guy. He's constantly making jokes, and sadly, some of those jokes and comments got to be cut just for time.
Oh yeah.
But it's always interesting because it's a different kinds of dishes. People have different philosophies on what they want to eat. There's different kinds of fish and seafood. One of our guests, Steve Lee, did one using Gracilaria salicornia, known as gorilla or gogo. It's an invasive species.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So, how to get rid of that stuff by eating it. Things like that.
That's a seaweed.
That's a seaweed. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
And large fish, small fish, sometimes poke. You'll have stuff that gets steamed. We did a really nice one with Kimi and her family in Maui, where they went after Nabeta.
Kimmy Warner?
Kimi Warner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Catch and cook.
Miss Diver.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her and her family did how to catch and cook Nabeta, and it's real simple. Just salt and pepper and fry it.
That's awesome. And she and her family are very good TV.
Yeah, they were
subjects.
really nice. Yeah.
You feel the vibe of Hawaii through.
Yeah.
them,
Yeah, and it was fun.
very
It was a father-daughter fishing thing.
Yeah.
And they're making little comments at each other and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. And you take him. Right?
Yeah. Little digs, it was fun.
So how do you do the technical behind your type of a cooking show? Like how many cameras, where are they?
So we started off using 2 cameras, then we went to 3, and then we tried 4. We'll have 1 camera getting the overall shot. We'll have another camera doing
Is
close-ups.
it overall like a complete straight down
Well,
bird's eye?
actually, showing both Dave and the guest.
Oh, I see.
And
Okay. So it's a front shot.
It's usually just a establishing
Yeah. Okay.
shot. A camera to get the close-up of whatever is being handled.
And that's handheld?
Handheld. Yeah, so I'm usually doing that, getting close-ups. And then we'll put a GoPro overhead. And then, if possible, get another camera operated where they'll just do close-ups of the faces. So if somebody's talking, pan over to them, get them talking. And so that gives a lot of options to cut. And with all those options for editing, that allows us to, allows me to kind of cut it up so that it gets really compressed without making it look like it's been,
I
shortened.
see.
Yeah.
So what about things like close-ups? Does that require different lensing or lighting conditions? Or
Actually, you gotta kind of be aware of that, because when you do a close-up of food, you want a nice highlight on it.
yeah.
So you need a point light. So you set one up so that when you do shoot from that angle, you'll see that little glistening.
Yeah.
You need fill and all that kind of stuff. Ideally, you get the dish and you shoot it separately afterward so that you get a really nice shot. And I'm still learning about that. I'm not a food photographer. I did some food photography before I did television, and I did some other product photography as well. But so all of those things kind of come into play.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You want to do that, huh, Crystal?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that.
You want to do everything.
I do.
But this one in particular, you actually want to
I
do.
do.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all fun. It's like this. It's just
Yeah.
real free form and just
Then we want to do it
kinda
with
go with
you.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Need the content, and it's just just makes it enjoyable for the audience too. They get to experience it along with you.
Okay, so what are the rules about tasting in front of a camera? Because some people they chomp with their mouth open and it's kind of ew, or you know what I mean. And other people they kind of barely bite it, and you wonder if they even like what they're tasting. Or what is your recommendation?
Actually, we don't really have any rules. Dave usually does the testing.
Okay.
And he's really good at it. He has a fork in his pocket a lot of times, and he'll make sure that he gets, if it's a multi-element dish, he'll try to get a little bit of whatever it is, and try that.
Yeah.
And every time we've had somebody over, it's always good. So you don't have to fake it.
Yeah.
It's always something.
It's
different.
always
Yeah.
oh no.
It is, yeah. And we get to benefit afterward, because once we wrap, then it's all there, right? And
yeah,
that's
lunch.
Eats it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our kind of shoot. We want to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Just eat the props.
Okay, and so what about preparation? Do you have to have a lot of excess things in case something doesn't work, or?
Yeah, so you got to have. The guest that's coming in will specify what's needed. They'll usually bring all their ingredients in. We'll have it all prepped on the counter, whether it's put in ramekins or whatever, so that it's all set to go.
Yeah.
If anything requires any kind of fancy cutting, we might do some cutting, but if it's a lot, then for time's sake, we'll have it pre-cut.
I see.
And people kind of get the idea.
Yeah.
But usually it's the basics of what they're doing to cook, whether it's you gotta saute something, or you gotta dip it into sauce or whatever it might be.
And what about for the time lapses? You say, I'm putting this in the oven now, and then boom, there it comes
Yeah.
out.
Do you wait for that whole thing to be done?
Yeah,
Or
sometimes you'll have one done in advance.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ah,
they'll put it in
smart.
the oven, and then they'll turn around and go, oh, by the way, we have this one that we baked earlier.
But
Or-
then you have to time it right, so it's still steaming when it comes out, because it can't be not hot when it comes out.
Yeah, or sometimes we'll just wait. They'll put it in the oven. And we'll wait for a while, and when it's ready to go, okay, lights back on. Everybody get ready and get the cameras rolling, and pull it from the oven.
One of the things that I always think about when this type of setting, which is very dark, if you had a plate, a cup of coffee, and it's got that steam coming out, it's so beautiful atmospherically. So how do you stage that in your kitchen, or do you not even try?
Normally we just see it anyway. The counter, the cooktop is black,
Yeah.
so you'll see the steam. Or a lot of times I'm up on a little ladder. I'll get down low and kind of shoot
Yeah.
across, so
I
you can
see.
see the steam coming up.
So do you have like sort of design multiple backgrounds? Like there's a dark background, a light background, so you can trap against
No,
it?
no,
Just a thought.
just
Oh, I wonder if you
There's an
have
idea.
those
Yeah.
like mats that like backgrounds for like tables, like so you can take photos of it.
no.
It's just
It's just
all natural.
just free form, and again, more like reality TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Although that could be like your brand look. So if you have a specific countertop that's your thing, it's like like a rare piece of marble, and you go, oh, that's
Yeah.
Dean's countertop. I want to eat on that thing.
No, actually, what I'm learning by watching other shows, especially there's one show called Somebody Feed Phil. That is a really good show. I mean, and what I'm noticing when they shoot their food shots,
Yeah.
it's all at a really low angle.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just looks better. It's a low angle. It's a tighter shot, and obviously it's lit a little different.
Yeah.
But still, they do get it. It's a wide variety of environments, but it always looks good.
So a really good friend of mine, Kimmy Bamalero. Hi, Kimmy. So she goes like, "Hey, Steve, you ought to be like that guy Phil on your show." And it's because I'm kind of juvenile to begin with, and Phil plays like, in her words, she says he's like playing 4 years old all the time.
Yeah.
And so perhaps that low angle is informing that whole kind of
Oh,
vibe. That if you're really
yeah.
Short, like a 4-year-old, and you're looking up at
Oh,
the edge of the
maybe.
table, and it's like it makes the food look grand and big,
Like,
and like wow. And then it's like oh, and then when he
Yeah,
goes, oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, like adults actually don't behave that way, but he pulls it off.
Yeah.
The excitement
It's
is
just the
very
enthusiasm.
infectious.
And there are some people like that who have that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
And that really helps it come across.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to play it big, I guess,
With limits.
Yeah.
There's got to be someone off it.
Yeah. Because I've seen guests kind of try and go too far, and you roll your eyes and,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Well, he plays that limit.
Yeah.
He's right on that edge.
Yeah. So he's having fun, and you're having fun along with him.
Yeah. Okay, good.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're going to go light up his show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with some
Yeah, I'll send you some
food
recipes.
craziness.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the best recipe you've ever done on your show?
I
That's
like
a good one.
I like lobster. Not necessarily because it's.
That's what we
I
want.
just yeah.
I like crab better. Do you like lobster or crab better?
Crab.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. I'm a crab person.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're all good.
Have
They're
you
all
ever
good.
done crab on your show? Like you go get the Samoan crabs?
No, we haven't gotten Samoan
Aha.
crab. We
So
did-
in Palau they have the coconut crabs.
Coconut crabs.
Oh.
Yeah.
In Samoa, they have Hawaiian crabs.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, it's like an exchange program. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
yeah.
college students go
I
this
was
way and that way. Crabs do
that's
too.
interesting.
Yeah, good one.
But
I'm
we
always
did-
trying to fool her, and
Yeah.
then she
I'm like, I
eventually
know
guesses it.
nothing.
That's why we love you, Crystal, because you're so for real.
But we did do lobsters with Cindy Polaracio when she was on our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really good.
Okay. Well, he hasn't done crab. We like crab. Let's do
Let's
the
do it.
crab
Go get
show.
crabs, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crack that crab.
Yeah.
Yum. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So, give us your best behind the scenes story for one of your food shots.
Best behind the scenes story. Gosh, you know what? I don't think I have one.
We're gonna be it. He's
What?
gonna tell the story of us someday.
Yeah.
Well, one of them was when we were at the gosh, I can't remember the name of this. They shut down, but it's a really beautiful stainless steel kitchen.
Uh-huh.
And the problem is that all the fridges and everything pointed toward the street. Behind us was this huge glass window, and every car that went by, you could see it reflected off those stainless steel refrigerator doors. So eventually, I had to get big sheets of white paper.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was working with at the Star Bulletin, so I could go to the print press and ask for these sheets of paper, rolls of paper, and we just cover up all the windows, which made for a nice light source.
Yeah.
But it also got rid of all that annoying background
Smart.
stuff.
Yeah.
So that's the MacGyver.
Yeah.
Yeah. So far, we hadn't had any issues like, oh, I forgot to start the camera.
Oh
we
yeah.
haven't had that happen yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because that would make you not look pro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really embarrassing, and everything's cooked, and you can't uncook it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You don't have a second set. You can't just like take two.
Sometimes you might have another.
With us, you're gonna have to
Fish.
take two.
Yeah.
Because I mean the whole take one. All right, Dean. Well, how to shoot a cooking show
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
Dean Sensui. Thank you for joining us.
All right, my
And
pleasure.
Crystal,
Thank you.
take it away.
Yes, you could see us at ID8studios.org.
And where can they find you?
You can find me on Facebook, and there's a website, hawaiigoesfishing.com.
Beautiful. Mahalo. Aloha.
You're welcome.